What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us here at Wrestling Reason. Like and subscribe to keep up to date with all we do. Memes, reviews, games, and conversation, no drama. So why do we want them to send Hook? Let's first start off by looking at the presentation. Just look at that swagger and confidence. You look at him and there is no question from the very first view he is something different. I mean, I really like the subtle throwbacks to his father, Taz, like the tape on his wrists. Also, the use of Taz's orange and black with the added grey on his trunks to give him his own style for a new audience. I mean, the chewing of gum in his hair shows that he's just ready to come off the streets and kick ass almost, which I feel really does give his whole package that final bit of gleam and shine. I mean, Hook's first match against Fuego del Sol was a masterpiece in my opinion, showing what a wrestler can do even with the limited time he has had training. As soon as Hook hit the ring, he just flowed with a confidence and a certain blasé feeling, with his back to Fuego almost the whole time he was in the ring before the bell, almost like daring someone to take the first hit while he wasn't looking, just pushing to see what will happen. So the bell rings straight into a collar and elbow lockup, then almost as quick as anything he does a drop step, then lock in the front face lock. This shows everyone straight away, yeah, I got the basics and I've got the technical skills. Once again, it's the manner in which this is done, and it is so interesting to watch as it flows through Hook. So after this, he has the standoff with the ref just to cement the fact that he is a heel and he's a badass and not to be messed with, even by the ref. I do also feel Bryce was probably the best ref for this match, as he is probably the less confrontational of all the AEW ref corps. And this is his place in matches like this. He can propel a heel like this, like I don't think an Aubrey could. And don't get me wrong, that's not because Aubrey's not a referee. She's one of my very favourite referees out of the entire wrestling world. But she has built up her character as such and her personality that you can't really take the mick out of her. You will not intimidate her. So for a new fledgling heel, it's probably not best to be put up against what I would call a strong referee like that. You want one like Bryce, who is very good, does what they need to do, but also might be a little bit of a pushover with a bit of the aggressiveness from the heel. But with that said, the locks and the holds that Hook uses are lot we don't see very often in the ring anymore, if we ever have done before. All just to show us who he is and what Hook is capable of, and just the mind behind the wrestler. Now, even in this, his first match, I've seen people complain about his lack of selling, but I don't see that as an issue here at all. It serves the bigger purpose to build Hook up as one big mean guy who you can hit but not stop him in the slightest. He will just keep going at you even if you throw something hard at him. I mean, Fuego did that turnbuckle spear and went to do the tornado DDT, of which, well, Hook just destroyed and stopped him. So yeah, as I just said, I think the point in the match that really shows Hook to be the star of the future, if not a megastar, definitely a superstar of the future, and is this biggest step forward for the moment, is just after Fuego tries that hip toss, of which Hook then rolls through it and does a cross lift suplex. At that point, he walks around and just almost gives the hard camera a wink and a nod, just say, yeah, we all know how this is going to go, I've got this, I'm not to be messed with, I don't care. And I feel characters like that are kind of missing in nowadays market. You've got the ones who just don't care, so like your Orange Cassidys and that, but you really haven't got the cool I don't care. I mean, Kenny Omega was doing it at the beginning of his heel run, and then he went a bit goofy, which was fantastic work from Kenny there, to be fair, but it's just not around in any characters at the moment, I don't think. So yeah, as we get close to the finish, Fuego goes in for his hope spots to build up the momentum, of which is stopped without any sort of question as to who is in charge of this match, with Hook, just as I said earlier, throwing away that attempt at the tornado DDT. I also love the almost once again tip of the hat to his dad, Taz, with the very much Taz-esque suplex then back to Hook's own brand of battering with those massive forearms while he's over the top of Fuego. Then the cherry on top, he uses the transmission, which has been renamed to Red Rum, which I think suits his character so well with what they are doing with Hook. Playing with the fact that he holds it that little longer after the bell, with Bryce not really fighting too hard to get Hook off of Fuego, I feel playing off that earlier spot in which him being almost threatened by Hook doesn't really want to poke the bear, as to say. And then there we have it. After the bell, he isn't even bothered about raising his hand in victory, just swaggers through the ropes, goes up and away as if his opponent wasn't even a problem for him. Now, Fuego also needs a lot of credit for this great debut, and I feel he might be overlooked in the work he did in this match. But A star to both guys here. So, in my mind, this is one of the best ways to debut a new guy who has a lot of mystique around him. You just kept that in place and shown how much of a badass he can be while keeping that cocoon of mystique around him, which will only get better and better the further and further along we go. Well, that's it. That's my take on Hook. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up to date with us here. Comment if you agree or disagree. It's all good here. But once again, do remember, don't be a dick.